Tom from Capri Hospital. How are you, Tom?
Hey, I'm doing outstanding. I brought Dale Smith, our clinical director, by today and thought he'd share a little bit with you and the listeners about how to pick a good treatment program.
This is you, Dale.
G'day.
How are you, Dale?
Yeah, g'day, mate.
I was wondering, who is this person?
Dale's back in school working on his PhD to upgrade things, and he's a good guy.
Okay, Capri Hospital. Simple checklist. Ministry of Health certified, mandatory?
Absolutely.
What you're saying?
Yeah, absolutely. And a number of things that we need to acknowledge. Medical detox, that's really important. Obviously a family program is really important where we can get the family on board. Long-term care, that's really just continuing to give people support over that 12-month period. We think it's really important that the goal of treatment is abstinence. Yep. And obviously trained and qualified counsellors is another really good component or important component of successful treatment.
Understanding staff, including recovering people. That's you, isn't it, Tom?
Well, you know, I think it's really important that all of our counsellors, along with their other academic and clinical credentials, are either in recovery themselves or a close family member. So it's not just a matter of you know, a job, but a real passion to help other people recover.
So picking the right treatment program is so important, isn't it?
It really is.
Absolutely. It makes a really big difference. One of the big goals and one of the real big strengths of Capri is that it's a 12-month program. So we're able to work with people and their families over that whole period.
And families, they come in, they must be very, very reticent, must be embarrassed sometimes, Tom?
You know what the families really are is wounded.
Yeah.
When someone you love is just going down the tube because of alcohol and drugs, they are not responding to all the things you do to love them and help them and take care of them. It really causes a huge amount of mental distress. In fact, sometimes the family members get as sick psychologically as the alcoholics and addicts.
Can you look after the family?
Absolutely.
So it's just as important to look after the family as it is the client, right?
It's about getting everybody on the same page. And one of the, you know, when the families come in, they get to meet other families that are in the same boat.
How long, Budgie?
That's really important.
Okay, and lots of success, Tom? You have a lot of success stories coming through?
Really do have success. I think it's incredible that over the full time that we've been open, somewhere around 60 to 70% of the clients that we've treated are in stable recovery now. Some of them have had some hiccups, as we call it, but they keep on. Once we work with them, they never drink or use again with impunity. And the family members that you were talking about, when we teach them about the disease, they quit becoming enablers. They recognize that they can look people dead in the eye and say, hey, we're not putting up with that behavior anymore.
John, Tom, he didn't visited you yet, Tom?
He has visited, but not on a professional basis.
We've got to get him across there.
Yeah, and you ought to come out and have lunch with us sometime. We've got a great chef. Capri's a neat place, you know.
And where are you? How do people get in touch with you, Tom?
Right out in Mount Wellington on the Tamaki River, and it's pretty simple. You can call me. I answer the phone almost all the time. 09-527-6090. 09-527-6090, or CapriTrust.com. Living a life of sober fun.
Fabulous. You're doing some great work, Tom. We're getting quite a bit of feedback here, and Mike King's in here too, so he's an expert on all this. So
yeah, I know it. I'm going to go shake Mike's hand because he's helping out in the same area that we are.
He's doing some fabulous work out there, and it's important work and not work that people should look sideways at sometimes, because you know, people look sideways at Mike or people like you because they're out there and they're saying, hey, we're loud and we're proud. He always talks about being off smoking, off drinking for so many years now.
When I come back, remind me to talk a little bit about the young people and these new synthetic designer drugs that they're buying at the dairies, and they call it Dream or Spice, or it's some bad stuff. And I've got a number of young people, might bring a couple of them along with me, would share a little bit of what happened to them.
We'll look forward to that. So if you want to get in touch with Capri Trust, you just call Tom on 527-6090 or the website
CapriTrust.com, living a life of sober fun.
That's Tom. Thanks very much, Tom. We'll take another break, Budgie, and then we'll come back with Mike later.
Good job, buddy.